I'm Nina Rajcic. I'm an artist and researcher working at SensiLab in Melbourne, Australia. Mirror ritual is inspired by the theory of constructed emotion. So as the viewer approaches the mirror, it reads their emotional state based off of their facial expression and then uses that to generate a unique poem just for them. We used a neural net model and trained that on a custom corpus of text, including things like horoscopes, some postmodern poetry, some philosophical writings, kind of all geared towards my tastes, I guess. In the mirror, we're using existing emotion classification techniques, but it's not in an attempt to actually measure or accurately predict somebody's emotion. Instead, it's meant to provide prompts and kind of conceptualizations that allow the viewers to reflect and be introspective about their emotion. And in that way, what I hope to do is create this kind of co-construction between human and machine, co-construction of emotion. So when we first developed the mirror, we ran a few preliminary studies into how people engage with it. I think the most interesting thing for me that I found was the way that people interpreted the poetry and how they actually applied that into their own life. And to me, that was kind of an example of how we actually need the viewer to kind of bring that poem alive when you have AI-generated poetry. But in Mirror Ritual, it's meant to be a critique on, the current existing emotion classification technology that's being implemented everywhere. According to the newest science that we have today, it's not actually particularly feasible to read emotion just from looking at somebody or measuring, biofeedback. So I guess I want people to use the mirror and think about those ideas as well. We're currently in the development process of the new iteration of the design, and with this new design we're hoping to just keep testing it and iterating it and seeing how people use it in the future. I think definitely where I started with this work was how do we do co-creation between human and machine. The mirror ended up being a good example of that, where the mirror presents a generated poem, but only with the viewer's kind of emotional input, but also that their interpretation of that poem, that's how it actually becomes a fully fledged poem. That's how I see it.